G'day everyone, Duckville here, going to bring you some more Heart of the Swarm action. It's not too long, in fact, until Heart of the Swarm is with us. In fact, just under a month, in fact, I think, what, three and a bit weeks? That's it? Maybe, yeah, just three and a tiny bit. Anyway, let's talk about the game that we have right here, right now. Starting down at the bottom right-hand side is our Red Protoss player. He's, well, I don't particularly know too much about him. I'm pretty sure this is a Korean player that did compete in some of the, like the Code A qualifiers earlier this year. It is kAn, and his opponent up the top left, of course, this is taken from his replay pack just recently released on the ESC website. It is Goody. Of course, the Panzer General, probably going to bring out some mech here today. We'll have to see how he goes about that. Of course, there have been a couple of other games on my channel here. If you haven't already subscribed, please do make sure you are subscribing. I'm doing my best to get some games out as often as possible, aiming to get out like at least 1 or 2 per day. But I am also casting for the After Hours Gaming League, so you can also check out some of the matches that I've done for them over at afterhoursgaming.tv. And then you can, you know, see some of that content. I have been uploading those games onto this channel here as well, like sort of after the fact, of course. You know, I don't want to steal too many of the viewers away from After Hours Gaming or anything like that, but they will be here as well, and you can see those. Week number 5 have just been done, so you can jump onto After Hours Gaming and catch those. Otherwise, if you want to wait and see them here on my channel, you can just wait maybe a day or 2 longer, and I'll have those up and running. But other than that, normal sorts of things, casting as much as I can when I can, of mostly Heart of the Swarm stuff. Now, very unlikely that we're going to have any Wings of Liberty stuff these days, just because Heart of the Swarm a little bit more interesting. I find it really fun to cast this. Of course, it's a little bit more dynamic than Wings of Liberty is, and you know, we get to see some really cool stuff. Anyway, let's talk about this this match here. Oh, and I forgot. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming or anything like that lately. Normally, I do like to stream some some Heart of the Swarm, but unfortunately, my internet is almost capped, so. You know, I have to sort of wait a couple of days until I'm uncapped, and then I'll be good to go. But anyway, let's talk about the game now. We do have what looks to be probably a 1-gate expansion here from kAn, although he has put out a pylon over on the left-hand side, which is a little bit interesting. Goody getting started with a Reaper. Of course, these guys not only have their jetpack to jump up and down cliffs, they can also utilize combat drugs. When they're out of combat, they regen at quite a nice pace, meaning that you can use them as really good scouts. They don't do as much damage anymore, of course, only 4 times 2 shots, but they still are able to get a little bit done. Of course, what you want to do is perhaps just have a quick look inside, see what's going on in your opponent's base, and that is exactly what Goody is going to do. Just run through here. He might get 1 worker kill, maybe. Workers from kAn coming out to try and trap the Reaper. In fact, he does get us around. Very nicely done, and that does cause the loss of the first Reaper from Goody. So it's just like a quick scout just to see what's going on. If you can keep the Reaper alive, maintain control of the Zelnaga watchtowers and these kinds of things, then that can be really nice. But for Goody at the moment, he was unfortunately not able to do that. And what he's doing at home is switching over the reactor onto the factory. We've also got a starport, and it looks like the racks will land back there. Probably, okay, Widow Mines. I wasn't exactly sure. Some of the games in replays, in the replays in the pack here that Goody has released, he's used Hellions very quickly straight off the bat. But it looks like kAn is actually going to go for a 4-gate. He's got the mothership core out. That was the reason this pylon was over here so quickly right at the start. He's also got his probe ready to go, so we are just going to get a very simple 4-gate. It's you know, it's a wonder I'm even casting a Heart of the Swarm replay when we get a very Wings of Liberty-esque style play here from these two. A couple of Widow Mines are already out from Goody. Of course, they'll protect the front door for now. We'll have to see how far kAn is going to go and whether he's really going to commit to this. Of course, Widow Mines do take out a gate, any of the gateway units just straight off the first shot, and you know, that will mean that Goody should be able to hold out at least for a moment. But the problem will be is that after the first shot, of course, you have to wait so long for the Widow Mines to get their next shot of the missile up and running. And you know, of course, this kind of thing can happen. The mothership core now starting to push through. It looks like Goody has said, you know what, we're gonna go for it. I got 3 Widow Mines and a Marine in this medevac, speed boosting out with that. Puts a time warp down on the mineral line there. I'm very surprised about that. But kAn is he's just gonna go in. There's nothing here. we're going into a base trade, folks. There is no defense here from Goody. He had no idea that this was coming. And as we can see, there is no real way he's going to be able to save himself here. Unfortunately, with the units all out on the map already, we'll see how much damage he is able to get. Perhaps his one Marine might be able to take down all these buildings here, but I highly doubt it, given that there are already all of these gateway forces across the map demolishing most of his buildings. We'll probably see him lift up some of these very quickly. A Hellion gets out, and does it get away? Yes, it does get out. It's got a very low amount of health there, 30 health left over. Meanwhile, the Widow Mines did get inside here in that mineral line. Looks like most of those units have been evacuated. So the mineral line has been evacuated. We have a little bit of a meet-up here in the middle. Looks like Goody not gonna bother with taking care of some of those probes that are in the middle. In fact, maybe he will this time. Is he gonna pick it up? No. Alright, so no production tab actually. Let's switch over to the units tab right now, just so we can make sure we can keep an eye on what's going on. Looks like Goody is going to try and get a command center established. His main orbital back at home was unfortunately destroyed, as we see there, all those bits just falling down into the abyss there. But effectively, Goody, well, he's in a bit of trouble here. He's got to deal with 7 Stalkers, 7 Zealots as well, along with 14 probes. Let's not underestimate the tanking and that small little taser ability of the probe. Not to mention, the Widow Mine is also, not the Widow Mine, the Mothership Core is also out there. So we'll see if Goody is able to fend off against this. The Mothership Core now floating back across the map. Will she go down to this Widow Mine? It's going to be able to get a shot off. Oh my. Just outside the range, although there you go, bam, takes a shot. Mothership Core down to 30 health. That is all that is left in that Mothership Core, and it looks as if Goody actually just about to finish off his barracks, but unfortunately the SCV gets taken down. He's going to need to bring... Where is the... There you go, alright. Bringing one of the Widow Mines across. Needs to borrow that to protect this, so it can build up. Meanwhile, kAn has brought across all of his units. The Stalkers are here at the front. The probes are along their way as well. And, well, you know... What do we got for Goody? He's got, like, some of his units here. We got that 1 Marine, 2 Hellions, 10 SCVs, and 3 Widow Mines. So, you know, I'm sort of questioning whether he's going to be able to defend against this, and very nicely done by kAn. Throws a probe up there to soak up the damage of one of the Widow Mines. We still do have 2 Widow Mines that are active here. The SCVs forced to, well, they're going to have to run away. And Medevac picks up some of those SCVs and escapes with them. Of course, the Ignite Afterburners really helping out there for those, for the SCVs jumping on board. And kAn, well, this is a this is a very awkward spot. We've got still 7 Zealots, 7 Stalkers. Where is that? Is that Widow Mine still there? Yes, it is. And he takes another shot, takes down one of the Stalkers. So kAn, he's going to have to be very careful with where he maneuvers from now. And as we can see, the 1 Hellion of Goody is able to roam around the map. What kind of damage is he going to get? He can see that the pylons that have been placed are already down here on the map. So he's able to go across the map and try and deal with that. This actually forces kAn to jump outside the base and try and get something done. But what is Goody going to do? Of course, the Mothership Core just keeping an eye on what's going on. She can't really do much. Of course, no ability to fire against air units. Goody, he's just going to sit in the corner here. So... you know, this is quite possibly going to be a stalemate, depending on how good he decides to play this. He moves one of the Widow Mines, takes 2 shots. Is he taking a third? Yes, he is. The Widow Mine in position now. Goody might try. Is he going to try and... Yes, I think he is going to try and... Okay, he's dropping out the SCVs. This is a very, very odd sort of situation. The Mothership Core goes down. Are the SCVs going to be able to take care of this Stalker? I'm not too sure. He's trying to lure the Stalker into the Widow Mine there. It's hanging just outside the range, but with hold position, that is going to stay there for now. The other Widow Mine at the front door is still keeping some of these units out. Down to 4 Stalkers, down to 6 Zealots as well. And the units are now free to walk inside. Are the Zealots going to be careful, or are they going to... Well, you know, we got Goody repairing up his medevac here. I do like that. It did take a couple of shots. And the Widow Mines, there's still 1 left. Going to have to get out of there because the units are coming across, and they do. And one of the Stalkers, well... He's going to come across, and this guy is now trapped, keep in mind, because if he tries to get out, he's going to die. And where is... So I guess, yeah, the Hellion died, unfortunately for Goody. So he's not able to take care of at least the pylons just down on the other side of the map just yet. kAn a little bit perplexed, perhaps a little bit confused as to what's going on. Looks like Goody, where did the there it is. There the medevac there is able to fly it by, now getting the command center landed down on the opposite side of those widow mines. But of course, you know, kAn cannot move. These guys are stuck. Perhaps he can move out the right hand side here, and yes he does. SCV is going to try and pick up some of those minerals, but there goes one of the shots from one of the widow mines. Looks like Goody is able to bring back some minerals. He's going to repair up some of this command center, and it looks like, yep, another zealot goes down here. The medevac able to pick up some of those SCVs. This game is absolutely crazy. The medevac able to escape for now. Keep in mind, Goody still has enough gas and a few minerals here that he can repair some of these units, some of the buildings, sorry, and even some of the units that he has. He is going to try and lift up and bring some of the lures some of these units across. But Goody, well, he's going to drop down the SCV. He's going to try and repair up that medevac. Going to load back up and jet out of there straight away. Yes, he does. So this is the most hilarious little game of cat and mouse that I've ever seen. Goody is now able to, well, he says, you know what, I need to mine something. Drop down the SCVs across at this left side base and get some mining going. All he needs to do is just pick up some of these minerals, maybe take a couple of shots at that probe there if he can. But of course the SCV will not die to a couple of probes just because of that medevac there. So he picks up some minerals, says, alright, thank you, I'm out of there, and he is going to get out. Meanwhile, kAn forced in this really weird spot because he has to say, alright, I can't let him land here, because, you know, I've got to sort of block it all off. And he actually does get the command center down. Widowmine is forced to move across. Will he be able to get a shot off? Nope. Stalker moves back. Very nicely done by kAn. And now we see Goody is able to land. Brings in those minerals. And now he's up to a total of 90 minerals right now. But again, a Stalker just slowly moving into position here. kAn's memory of where some of these mines are is absolutely brilliant. The question is, can he keep that going for the long term? Because Goody, it looks as if, wants to just continually keep this little game of cat and mouse going. Is kAn going to be, you know, able to force him out? Because you've got to sort of force your opponent into the draw position, which is, of course, no units dying. Oh, there you go, one unit has died. No units dying and no units being built, not to mention the other one, which is that no mining is done. So that's what kAn is trying to do. He's just trying, he's effectively not going to win this unless Goody somehow disconnects or something like that. But kAn is just trying to stop his opponent from picking up any minerals or anything like this, because technically speaking, we may see Goody just sort of re-establish himself in this game. If he can get a little bit more out, I'm thinking he wants to perhaps try and get, you know, well, I'm trying to think of what he can build here. He's got a rack, so he certainly could build a marine or two maybe. That's going to take around about 7 years for him to get enough minerals for that. But it looks as if, oh, what was that? That was another one of the zealots. We're down to 2 zealots and 2 stalkers. We've still got 2 here over at the side. It looks like the other stalker is where is he? Oh, he's down here. All right, so we got those these 2 stalkers out on the map at the moment. The command center forced to lift yet again. Don't want to lose too much health on that, because if you do, then you're going to have to waste some of the minerals resupplying it. And it looks like the second stalker goes down. So now Goody is in a position where he can actually hold the top of the ramp with the widow mines. Is he able to get a shot off? Widow mine number 1, bam. Widow mine number 2. Oh. Are you serious, kAn? What a champ. He's able to just maneuver his way around. The Zealot is going to try and wander inside the mineral line. In fact, the Stalker does the same thing. Maybe it's time to lift up 2 of these. Goody picks up the SCVs and evacuates. Quick smart. He's now up to 85 minerals. kAn still, of course, has nothing and has no ability to build anything. So he only has 1 Stalker, 1 Zealot, and 9 probes right now. And I think Goody is making the correct choice here. He's going down towards the natural base here. Once this lands, this game is effectively over. And there you go, a Stalker goes down. The only thing left is a Zealot, and that is it. What an insane game there. Just like constant cat and mouse between these 2 players. Goody making a very slow, methodical choice there, slowly maneuvering his widow mines around, taking down those last remaining units of kAn. And as we can see, we've got a sergeant, we've got a corporal, and another corporal widow mine here. You'll have to salute those robots very soon. Alright, well, hope you guys all liked that very interesting game, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers. Because, of course, you know, when you consider that our Zerg player was actually on 86 or something like that at one point, that's quite a lot. that he has to burn down before he actually makes